Well, hello, everyone. My name is Lance Smith. I'm in San Diego, California, and I want to jump on here real quick and start by welcoming all of you here to tonight's opportunity call. We do these weekly opportunity calls every Monday, and I appreciate you joining me. I want to start real quick by really thanking all of you that are here brand new looking at this idea. I years ago, I heard somebody say that if you always do what you always done, you'll always get what you always got. And for me, that was it years ago. And the fact that you're on here looking at this for the first time says a lot about you. And so I want to welcome you here today. I want to, the last couple of years, so for 30 years, I've been going around the world teaching people about having multiple income streams, diversifying their income. And over the last 4 years now, if you go back to 2019, the world was really thrown on its head. We realized a couple of things over the last few years is that number one is that there's nobody that's going to come save us. When things go, hit the fan, so to speak, we're really on our own. I know that, the government and different agencies tried to help out the last few years, but nobody's coming to save us. And that was an eye opener for a lot of people. The second thing we've learned is really that the riskiest thing that you can do is put all your faith in one income stream. Over the years, I've talked to people, and a lot of my friends were very, very successful and have been successful. And they look and said, what, I'm doing great. I don't need to worry about something else. And then, 4 years ago hit, and it changed the world. It flipped everybody upside down, and it made everybody start to look. And the fact that you're here taking a look at this says a lot about you. And so, again, I thank you for that. And the other thing was that people learned that there's other ways to make money, that, you can be effective working from home. You can be effective working on your own. And really, a lot of people have looked and they just want a different quality of life. I was raised in a world where I was told to go get a good education, go work for a good company. You take care of it, it'll take care of you, and you'll live happily ever after. And those days are gone. I think everybody agrees with that. And so with that kind of leads into my story. So my story is this. I back in the late 80s here in Southern California, I worked at a retail store. And at 19, I had I worked in the sporting goods section. And at 19, my manager came back and showed me a picture of an Outdoor Life magazine. And he opened it up to the middle, and there was a girl in there holding a halibut, wearing dolphin shorts and a bikini. And I go, wow, that's my kind of woman. And he says, that's the new cashier. And I said, well, I got to go meet this girl. And so I went through the line. And over the next 4 years, I told her everything I could possibly think of. I told her that if she married me one day, that she'd have a nice house, would travel the world, that she'd drive a nice car. And I threw in shopping in there somewhere, and she had no choice but to say I do. And we ended up getting married. And over the next couple of years, if any of you have gone through this, the next couple of years, we went broke. We lived in a house that was 600 square feet. Literally, you could go with a leaf blower in the middle of the house and do a little spin around and clean the whole house. It was so small. Everything was kind of right there. I had a car that wouldn't start. My wife had a car that wouldn't stop. And it really, about 2 years into it, my wife came home, or I came home one day, and my wife had been taking phone calls from creditors, and she was crying. She was crying, and she said, it wasn't supposed to be this way. And it really hit me at that point that, I talked a good game, but really it was time to step up. And so at that point, I started to change my perspective and look at different opportunities. I was looking at, traditional businesses. I was looking at franchise, and I was looking at real estate. I was looking at golf course driving ranges, laundromats, car washes, anything I could do that would be a residual in nature. But I didn't really have the income, and I couldn't quit my job, to start something else. And fate would have it, someone came and introduced me this idea of network marketing or affiliate marketing. And for me, it wasn't necessarily what I was looking for. I think if you ask most people that have had success in our industry, they weren't really looking for it. What they were looking for was a vehicle that would get them the things they wanted. And for me, this checked off a whole lot of boxes. It allowed me to, at a low cost, be able to join something and have a business of my own. Very little overhead. I didn't have to quit my job to start it up. And so it checked a lot of boxes for me. And we decided to give it a shot. And I'd love to say we got rich overnight. That's not the way this works. It does take effort, and it does take time. In the first year, we grew a lot. We learned a lot. Second year started to kick in. By the time it was our third year, we surpassed our income at our jobs. And by the time we were 30, we accomplished a lot of our financial dreams and goals. And so we've really enjoyed our industry, and we absolutely love where it is right now and where we're at. And so I'm going to go talk about the story of three. So three came together a little over a year ago from a concept. It was a group of a bunch of leaders that got together that have had success in this industry that wanted to do it right. Our industry is like any others. It's perfect until you throw people in it. And over the last 30 years, I've been privileged to work with $3 billion companies. I've worked on the global advisory council of those different companies. And so I've had a chance to be kind of as a liaison between the corporate side and between the field side. And I love our industry when it's done right. And this is a group of people that came together and said, you know what, I had a health challenge last year, and I looked at my wife. I said, I got one more run, but I don't have 10 more runs, and it's got to be with the right people for the right reason. And that really is the start of the 3 story. We looked at really what is the pillars of making our industry great. What is it that makes a great company? And it's based on 3 pillars. The first is based on the people. It's not based on volume. It's not based on science. It's not based on any other factor out there. It's the people that make something great. You could have the greatest company in the world, but if the people are the wrong people, you don't have a great company. And so the people are our focus. We know that that's the greatest asset that we have at 3. And I'll tell you, we're not even a year old, and we have got a rock star lineup. I was telling somebody the other day that not only are the starters some of the all Hall of Famers, but we got a deep bench. I mean, and it's amazing. It's growing by the day. We want to have a purpose that was bigger than ourselves. One of the things we've realized over the last 4 years is that a lot of people out there are hurting. There's a lot of people out tonight that are coming into the holiday seasons. They're out of money. They're praying for something. And, they're going through the same thing I went through years ago, where they just don't have, they got more bills than they have money. And it's a struggle. Especially raising a family. And I live out in California, and, around the world, people are hurting this time of year. And so we wanted to have a purpose where we can reach out and help people, maybe dig out of the situation they're at. And to do that, we need to have a platform. We didn't have a platform that would allow us to do what we do best, to be able to have a global business. And that was what was put together in the foundation of putting 3 together. And our CEO and the founder is a guy named Daniel Picou. I got a chance to meet him last summer. I've had a chance to work with him for over a year now. And as I said, I've worked with $3 billion companies. I've worked with all kinds of executives from multi-billion-dollar companies, and I've never met someone that is like Daniel. He's in his mid-40s. He came to this space not looking to get rich. He was already successful. He came in here to build something big and to build something to last and build a legacy company, which is exactly what we were looking for. We want to build a foundation that, years from now, that our kids and our grandkids will be able to benefit from the effort that we're putting into today. And when I met Daniel, we knew automatically this is the guy that we want to follow. This is the guy we want to work with. And we're absolutely know that we made the right choice. Our mission: to provide a platform so entrepreneurs can lead a life of purpose, inspiring others to do more, be more, and live more. And from that, we went ahead and launched. We did a soft launch in February of this year. We actually did the launch on May 20th, I believe is what it was. We launched in 14 different countries to start off, if you could imagine such a thing. And we have, I've watched the volume, and I've watched the message coming out, and it's just amazing to see what's going to happen. I mean, I was telling somebody the other day, if you think you've heard a lot about 3, tonight, you wait for a few years, you're going to hear about us, and you're going to hear about us, and you're going to hear about us. And to talk about the science of the products, I'm going to introduce a dear friend of mine, Dr. Linda McCormick. I asked her to shoot me a bio, and it was 4 pages long, and she's got quite a resume, and I'm very grateful to her. She got a BA in health science and psychology from Michigan. She's went to the University of Texas and graduated from biomedical science. She has a doctor of philosophy, biomedical, and neuroscience, recognized for over 11 global national awards. Global media affairs strategist, 20 years in the pharmaceutical industry, and a senior director of medical affairs and strategy. And more than all of that, she's a dear friend and a partner of ours for the last 15 years, and we love her a heck of a lot. So with that, Dr. Linda McCormick, take it away.
Thank you, Lance. I am, so sorry to send you that. That's all I got. So it
was pretty serious reading.
But yeah, I've had a very long career in the pharmaceutical industry, and I'll get into that. But if you want to go to the next slide, and I love talking about science, as you can probably have, kind of gather from some of the intro there that Lance said. I mean, science it just thrills me, actually. And so, and when my husband and I came to this company, he just came to me and said, Linda, what's this? How's it looking? What are these products? How's the science? Because for me, I can't stand behind something that I don't believe in, that isn't credible, that I can, stand my reputation up with. And I can tell you that I can 100% do that with the products and the science in this company. And what does our science tell us here at 3? 3 is the global leader in bioavailable wellness products. And you'll see in just a few minutes here, we discover, develop, and deliver the most effective proactive wellness solutions guided by 3 pillars. And you can see the 3 pillars here: exploration, curation, and absorption. And what do I mean by bioavailable wellness products? I mean, that's kind of a mouthful. But the whole point is we can put all kinds of wonderful ingredients into these products, but if they don't get into our system and they don't get into your cells, into the body to do what they were meant to do, it's not worth it. It's, we will excrete them if we don't absorb them. And I think many of you, that's happening with a lot of the other products on the marketplace. And what impressed me was really these three pillars, because we're guided by that exploration. We have scientists that actually search the world to discover and look at these new ingredients that are used in the formulations. And not only are we discovering and exploring, but really carefully selecting and curating these ingredients to deliver, to the specific targets that the body needs to really function and be well. And it's about proactive wellness because, in my industry, I've been, as Lance said, the global director of drug development for a couple of major pharmaceutical companies. And it's really, really challenging to come up with a product that actually delivers what it says and what you want it to deliver. And the key really is in absorption. So, and drug companies work really hard and spend a lot of money making sure that the drugs are absorbed into the body, all kinds of scientific experiments. So I'm used to reading the science. I'm used to that rigor. And I am completely amazed by the rigor and the science that goes into these products, and especially the absorption. So we know that the products are highly absorbed. And the guy at the helm of it all is Dr. Dan Gubler. And if you ever have a chance to meet him, you'll see that he is not only just well credentialed, but he's a great guy. And he's just very passionate about what he does, and really is into figuring out how we can be the most well and do the things that we need to do to proactively fight all of the kind of attacks that our body is undergoing on a daily basis, even as we sit here. So he has 15 years of cellular absorption formulation experience. He's formulated over 70 nutritional supplements. He's got 16 patents granted or pending. He's Caltech trained. He's got a PhD in organic chemistry, and he's actually a health influencer. So his podcast is in the top 50, and you'll see him on TikTok and other social media platforms. He's just a passionate and super smart scientist that I am really happy is at the helm. And what we have at 3 that I think is very unique is a robust scientific advisory board. And these folks that are on this advisory board all are well credentialed. They come from reputable institutions. And they wouldn't put their reputation up here at 3 if they didn't believe in, number 1, proactive wellness, and number 2, these products. So this is something that I'm very proud of, and it adds loads of credibility to what we do. So, and what we do here is we do have 6 pillars of wellness, and I will go through very briefly each of these 6 pillars, and then we'll kind of wrap up. But the first of these is called Vitalité, and this is actually our multivitamin. And you can see here it provides the vitamins, minerals, nutrients that are vital for proper health, promotes heart, brain, and eye health, and it supports the health of the gut microbiome, which is really important. And we know that a lot of our health really exists in the gut, right? And it promotes cellular energy. It's got 72 trace minerals and amino acids. You can't get those in your diet. So this really is the foundation of all of our products. And this is where we say it begins, actually, because this is going to support that proactive health that we're looking for. It's got, the omega-3 is a soft gel, and it's it's packed with those fatty acids that we need. So it really has just pretty much everything you need for good health. And this is one of my favorite products. It's collagen, and this is our collagen product. And again, very important for overall health. The skin is our largest organ of the body. It delivers 5 grams of highly bioavailable marine collagen. So the best collagen that you can put in a product. And, collagen is kind of a big molecule, right? So what we do know is that, again, just a nod to this absorption technology, we can't, in this product, there are certain enzymes and things that have been added in order to break that collagen down so that it is completely bioavailable. So again, we can have the most wonderful products, but if we don't really focus on that absorption getting into the body, then it's not going to do any good. So it supports healthy skin, hair, and nails. It's got keratin in it. And it also supports healthy immune response and joint. And next, this is super important. This is the Eternal. And this is our antioxidant. It has 200 milligrams of highly bioavailable resveratrol. That's a lot. I mean, you won't see any other products with 200 milligrams of resveratrol. And resveratrol is a very, very potent antioxidant. And again, highly bioavailable. Some other products might tout that they have a lot of resveratrol, but we know that this resveratrol is getting into the system. And we know this because we have absorption data that we can look at from these products. So it protects and supports the cells from damage and premature aging, because we know that we're getting bombarded by free radicals all the time, by our stress, our poor diets, and we don't get the right antioxidants that we need to really deliver that proactive wellness. And this product will neutralize the free radicals. And this product is a great product. It's Revive. It supports healthy joints, eases muscle stiffness. It promotes exercise recovery, and it maintains that healthy inflammatory status. We know inflammation is not our friend, and we have to combat that with the right diet, the right types of phytonutrients. And this product really does contain some of the things that are really critical in order to do that. It's got, for example, the shiitake mushroom extract. It's got sea buckhorn fruit oil that's for that promotes exercise recovery, anti-fatigue. I mean, it really is a very good overall product for that muscle stiffness and healthy joints. And it's one of the products that you're going to hear from folks who have taken it, that they really can feel the effects. And next, this is an interesting product. It's the Purify. And this is a detox. It's not your normal detox that we think of when we think of detox. This is really cleansing the 5 elimination organs: liver, lungs, colon, kidneys, and skin. And what it does here is it really supports that body's elimination organs really to remove the toxins. So it binds with the toxins in order to have them eliminated. It increases the nutrient absorption in the body. So if the organs are not full of toxins, they can absorb the healthy nutrients in a better way. It helps supports a healthy weight. And again, just eliminates those heavy metal toxins. So this really does cleanse the organs and detox those elimination organs. Immune. And immune is, it's like my husband always said, the best offense is a great defense, right? So, and so this is what's interesting, I think, about this immune product that you won't see anywhere else, is that it really does support our natural innate immune system and also our adaptive immune system. So it's doing both, and also enhancing the gut microbiome. 80% of the immune system is in the gut. So it's really important to work here if you're going to have a good immune product. And so this is a fantastic product, especially right now, this time of year, right? So, and all of the products, all of our 6-3 products are in the PDR. So if you're not familiar with that, that's the physician's desk reference, or now it's called the prescriber's digital reference. And this is a reference that physicians will use when they're about to prescribe a product, or they want to look something up. This is a very, very commonly used tool for physicians. And it, again, adds to the credibility that we are in the PDR. And this kind of gives kind of a pictorial cartoon of our approach to proactive wellness. So if you think about it, our bodies are kind of like our home. We should treat them like our home, something that we need to protect. We need to make sure is strong and ready for us to be able to live well in, right? So we have the guard dog, the immune, protecting us against any foreign invaders. We have Vitalité, which is the foundation, and the collagene, which is our outside kind of structural support. The Revive, which is the internal structural support. Eternal is that roof protecting us against the free radical attack. And Purify helps take out the trash. So in summary, we have scientifically based products backed by clinical research. We have a state-of-the-art scientific advisory board and scientist that's at the helm, Dr. Dan, and passion behind every one of these products, credible products that scientists actually can, stake the reputation on. So, Lance?
All righty. Well, thank you, Linda. I really appreciate you jumping on board and jumping on here tonight and sharing. You did a great job, and that was a heck of a lot better than I could have done. So thank you so much, Linda, and happy holidays to you.
Thank you.
What I want to do is I want to shift gears and go to the financial reward plan. We put this together to give hope to people, not only from a having a bigger purpose, but be able to help them out financially. Because I know that money does. You all hear that money doesn't buy happiness, but I've been broke, and broke doesn't buy happiness either. And so we're going to talk really quickly how you can prosper financially from this rewards plan if you decide to build this. We have actually 8 different ways to create an income through our comp plan. The first way of actually making money is through retail commissions. We have a website that once you register, you'll have that on your own. We have a fulfillment center. We have manufacturing. And literally all we're doing is we're talking about things we've tried that we like, and we're telling friends about it, telling other people about it, sharing this idea of, better health, better wealth, and being able to change your life, get around like-minded people, that sort of thing. And as they do, they can jump on your website. You can give them a link. They can order the product up. And from that, in North America only, you get a 25% retail commission. Our other 14 countries or 13 countries are NFR markets, but they will eventually be a retail once we're on the ground in those different countries. And it's funny because my wife, when we first jumped on board, when this launched, she went ahead and took the collagen for 3 days and did a before and after picture. She put it on Facebook, and next thing I know, I get a notice that I got 1750 in our back office that we just made, and I said, "What's that?" And she said, "It's mine." And since that point, I can't tell you how many times that thing has lit up, just because we're all doing this anyway. I mean, what we're doing is we're paying people to do something they're doing anyway. If you go to a good movie or a good restaurant, you tell friends and family about it. There you don't get paid. With us, you do. The second way of making money is having a preferred customer acquisition bonus. And what this is simply is if you have a customer that comes on board and they're buying on a regular basis, that for $30 they can jump on and be able to get a wholesale price. And from that, you get a bonus that goes along with that. The third thing is what we call a PIB, or a product introduction bonus, that goes from $25 to $350 as you go out there and share this idea and people come on board and they buy one of the packs that I'll talk more about in a minute. There's a bonus that comes along with that. There's something called team commissions that's paid weekly. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to go out there and share this idea of better health and better wealth and the idea of the products. And what's going to end up happening is 3 things will happen. For some people will look at it and say, it's not for me. And that's okay. Our goal isn't to talk people into this. If you're looking at this for the first time, if I talk you into doing it, you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it, you put in effort and there's no volume to be moved and there's not an income that goes along with it. And that's fine. So that's not what we do. What we do is we're in the business of solving people's problems. If they need better health, we can show them a solution for that. If they're looking for an extra income, we can show them a solution for that. And this compensation plan, over my 30 years that I've been in the industry, this is the best compensation plan I've ever seen. It's global, it's seamless. You can earn infinitively deep. Once you're a qualified brand ambassador on a 60 CV, the bonuses come in, and this team commissions can get very big. And so what we're going to do, well, the first kind of person is somebody who gets or looks at it and says, that's not for me. The second type of person is a customer who gets involved and just wants to try the product. And those are great. We've got tens of thousands of customers that have come on board with 3 since our inception. And then there's those kind of people that come along and say, you know what, I'd like to create an income with it. And if those people get involved, what we do is we register them, and we're going to have 2 teams. We're going to have a right team, and then we're going to have a left team. And as those 2 teams do volume, you're going to have volume that's going to start to be generated down each side. And I'm not going to get too deep in the compensation plan. We're putting together some videos that will go into more depth as far as how this works. But as this volume starts to increase and you have a volume of 300 points on one side and 600 points on the other side, you will cycle. And what a cycle is a $35 bonus that comes in real time. And the cool thing is the cap is 500 cycles a week. And so if any of you want to do the math, you can do the math on that. And that's a pretty good income that comes in. But this right here is just naturally, if you start to build your business and you're putting people involved, that volume is going to come, and that can jump from California to Texas to, we're going to have someone on from North Carolina in a minute. It can jump anywhere around the world. And that's the beauty of having a business like this, where you can continue to cycle. And if you have something we call the Happy 10, which is 10 customers or brand ambassadors that are doing over 1,000 CV personally, that puts you in the Happy 10 category, and you get a $45 cycle. So you get an uptick there. From there, the next one's a leadership matching bonus. The leadership matching bonus comes in. It's really what I like, because it's really a way of rewarding you for helping other people. And what it says is that when you help somebody make, let's say, $1,000, and you put them in personally, you're going to get 20%, a 20% kickback from that on the leadership matching bonus from the company. So you're going to make a couple $100 from that. If that person does $10,000, you're going to make $2,000 on that first generation check match if you're a 1-star or above. If you have the Happy 10, that goes to 30%. So you can make, for that same person making $10,000 on team commission, you can literally make $3,000 a month on that. Again, it's going to take some time and some effort on that. But this goes down 7 generations deep. It goes 20 to 30% in the first generation. The next one's 15% on the second generation. It goes down to 10% in the third. And then we've got 4 levels that are 5%, all the way down to 7-star director. Next is the global leadership pool, that as we build this out and go around the world, I was laughing because we were sitting with a bunch of the leaders today. There was a bunch of us that were in about 140 countries, several years ago. And as we expand from 14, and I don't mean to put pressure on Daniel, but we will expand. And as we expand globally around the world, this global leadership pool is going to be something big. And this comes in at the 4-star director rank. Obviously, you move up the compensation plan. And then finally, there's a founder's bonus pool that comes in if you become a founder, which is by buying a pack or doing an upgrade. And so I'll talk more about those in just a second. From there, there's rank advancement bonuses that the first run is kind of towards 3-star, where you're getting your foundation in place. The next come in where there's actually some cash bonuses that come in the form of tokens or certificates. And then the far end, they come in as far as cash if you hit some of the bigger ranks. And again, I recommend that you go to the person who invites you, or if you're a brand ambassador, go to your back office and go to tools and download a copy of the compensation plan. And so you have a copy for yourself and have the most dated one, or the most current one. So the 3 ways to get involved, just wrapping this up. One is a retail customer. And that's great if you want to just try the products. A preferred customer, again, for $30, you get it at wholesale, or a distributor or brand ambassador, you're able to get involved. And again, there's 3 ways to get involved as a brand ambassador. One is for our intro pack, which is 100 CV, a couple $100. Next is the premium pack, which is the first pack that actually has all of our products. So you can get a sample all of them, which is $600 and 300 CV. The next one is the business builders pack. And then finally is our founders pack. And the cool thing about our founders pack is it's going to be a limited pack. As I said before, it's a 2% pool. And the way that the numbers are tracking right now, this isn't going to last very much longer. And so I don't mean to throw scarcity out there, but when it's gone, it's gone. And that 2% global pool, when you put a cap on a global pool and you build out we believe this is $1 billion project. We're going to build a global business in lots of different countries and territories. And as that does, that founders pack, or that founders pool, is going to be a big one. And so I certainly recommend that. And so connect with the people who got you involved, who shared this idea with you. Talk to them about it and talk about the best way to get involved. I know I sat there and looked at it the first time and I thought, you know what, if I if I don't get, if I get involved and it's not going to work for me, I'm going to get healthier and I'm going to meet some really great people. And I'll tell you, some of the greatest people you ever meet are part of 3 right now. But then I thought to myself, if I don't get involved and everyone, all these folks, do well without me, I'm going to be upset about it. And so we decided to join in. And I'm very, very glad that we did. And so I'll just say one last thing on this. The timing of this couldn't be better, to have a startup company, but have it not be a startup company, to have leaders that have built massive teams around the world and have them come together, have a CEO that's at the prime of his life that really has got a vision for building this billion-dollar brand out. Again, you're going to hear a lot about 3 over the next couple of years. And I recommend that you jump on board, you can get connected with us, whether it be the website, 3 Earth, we got social media platforms, but come check this thing out. I'm promising you, you're going to be glad that you did. And so with that, I want to interview a couple of people real quick before we let you go. And all righty, well, first we're going to go ahead and jump down to, let's see, we're going to go ahead and go down to Gerald, Texas, just north of Austin. I'm going to introduce Stacy Friedman. Stacy's got 5 kids, 7 grandkids. He owned a traditional business in the 90s. He's been in the mortgage industry the last several years, and he's a very dear friend of mine. And so, Stacy, great to have you on. Why don't you talk a little bit about why 3 and why now and what you see in this?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for asking me to share. Love sharing our story a little bit. So I knew Lance and Tracy back about 30 years ago. We knew them. They probably didn't know who we were, but we got involved in the same platform that they were in. So I understood the business. It was not something that I wanted to do, but it was something that my wife wanted to do. So, happy spouse, happy house. So anyhow, it turns out that she was a smarter one, and we got involved in this business. So we understood the business, and we were in it about 15 years, had some success, not the success that Lance and Tracy had, but we had some pretty good success. Helped us raise a set of triplets and things like that. But then we were out of the industry for about 13 years, but we kind of watched Lance and Tracy over the years on Facebook, and we're just friends, and just saw the success that they had in this business. And when we started getting an inkling of that they were going to start something new out there, my wife Tammy goes, "Whatever they're doing, I want to do it." And I was again a little skeptical, only because it's just not so. I was rocking and rolling in the mortgage business. We were doing well, rates were down, values were up, I was killing it. And slowly but surely, rates started to creep up. Things happened in the economy and with inflation and everything, and it kind of killed the market, so to speak. Been a lot of attrition in our business, a lot of realtors that are no longer doing real estate, a lot of mortgage lenders that are no longer in the business. And so kind of put a bear on my butt that, maybe I need to do something. So really, in reality, I started with the products because I've had some health issues. And that's kind of where I started. I didn't start with the business. My wife did. I kind of hung back and took a few of the products. And I just had some amazing results from the product. So now I was behind the product and really excited about that. But then I knew that I had to do something different based on the industry that I'm currently in. And so I knew the business would work. I knew how it worked. And it was, like Lance said, the best compensation plan, because we had looked at other businesses in the past. And we jumped on board. I jumped on board, and we started sharing this idea with folks. And it's been a blessing for us. We know where we're going. Lance said, what's your reason? I got a lot of reasons. My wife likes nice things. We like to travel. We want to be able to retire in a few years and not have to worry about retirement. And so we're just on board. And I also like sharing with my folks in the industry that are struggling, and they're all looking. People are looking right now for something, not just in the real estate business, but in other industries right now.
All right, Stacy, thanks. Yeah, no, it's interesting, how a lot of industries have just gone through these cycles, and certainly the real estate industry. I know that we've seen a lot of people come from that, with and just the things that you can't control. And what's nice is if you have a second income, or you have an additional revenue stream, that when you have the highs, they're real highs, and when you have a dip, you got a foundation, which is what's brought a lot of people on board. So, Stacy, appreciate you sharing.
Yeah,
okay, next we're going to go to Charlotte, North Carolina. Thanks, Stacy. And we're going to talk to Denise McKay. Denise is a dear friend. She's a retired executive assistant at Wells Fargo. She's been married for 57 years. She's got 2 adult daughters, 2 grandsons, and 2 son-in-laws. For more than 40 years, she's had a passion about being healthy and staying strong. And again, we've gone back quite a few years, but Denise, great to have you on. And so why don't you tell a bit about your story about why 3 and why now?
Thank you, Lance. That was really great. And Linda, wonderful job. I really appreciate you inviting me here and to tell my story. And I really feel like it's quite an honor to be asked. But I grew up in the Boston area, moved to Charlotte, North Carolina 40 years ago. And I always had a passion for over 40 years for health. And so I searched. And we also have a 40-year or over 40-year experience in the network marketing industry. And building that business, I was able to become a full-time mom. And after building it to a certain level, my husband, Tom, was able to be a full-time dad. So we had the freedom to do a lot of things that we wanted to do. We were able to travel all over the world to places like England, Scotland, Ireland, Israel, Greece, Hawaii 3 times, and Acapulco, and lots of other places that Bermuda. Lots of places that we really enjoyed, and I still love to travel. But after building and the business started to go backwards, and so we lost our dream and our passion for building. And about that time, it was about 19 years ago, Tom had heart surgery. It was major surgery. And at that time, I decided, well, I was probably going to look for a job that had medical insurance. And so I did work for Wells Fargo full-time for 14 years as an executive assistant, and I retired 4 years ago from that job. But Tom did recover, and I felt like I still had that passion for health. And I did a lot of research to try to find the best health supplements that I could find. And about a year ago, Colombo and Karen DeSalvatore gave us a call and were telling us about a new company that was starting, and they wanted us to join them in the project. And so I said, the only thing I'm really interested in is supplements that come from whole foods, because I know anything that comes from whole foods is highly absorbable. Had no idea what we were getting at the time, but we were thrilled when we found out that that's exactly what we were getting. So I was excited about that. And I love the collagen because I'm 76 years old, and it makes me look a lot younger. I don't have all that excess skin that I had even in March when we were in Florida. I had pictures of my neck that was all excess skin, and I don't have that anymore. So I'm just thrilled with the collagen. And I also, because of Tom's heart issues, I was thrilled when I found out that Eternel had 200 milligrams of resveratrol, because that is so healthy for your heart, as well as being an antioxidant, like Linda mentioned. But I love Revive also because we love to stay active and mobile, and we like to ride bikes and walk. And we even went skiing a couple of years ago. That was before 3. But we like to stay healthy, and we think young. And but the biggest miracle of our products is the vitality, because our grandson Jake in February started getting stomach issues and digestive issues, and he couldn't keep food down, and he was in a lot of pain, and he lost weight because of it. And he's only 19 years old, and we really felt so bad for him because he felt bad. And I said to my daughter, I said, hopefully when we find out what our new products are, there'll be something in it that will help him. And when I found out with Vitality that it had prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes, I thought, and I think it also it takes heavy metal toxins and takes them out of your body. I thought, wow, that's probably a good product for him. And so he started taking it, I think it was somewhere around May. And after taking it for between a week and 2 weeks, he started feeling so much better, and then he started being able to eat anything he wanted, which included junk food. And And now he can eat anything he wants, and he has got back to a healthy weight. So I really feel that this is a miracle from God and an answer to prayer, because we didn't really know what to do. So we were so thrilled that the 3 products have come through for us and our whole family. I just feel like 3 has given us the platform to share our passion of health with many people, as many people who will listen, and that we're never too old to dream a new dream. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Denise. Really appreciate you jumping on. And yeah, well, although we can't say there are product cures or treats anything, it's amazing what happens when you got the right nutrients in your body and you take the right things and then have them absorb in your body. And so I've got a full-time job listening to people tell stories like that. And so thanks for sharing tonight, Denise, and appreciate you jumping on. Finally, we are going to jump down to Houston, Texas, to talk to Randy Walker. Randy is a good friend of mine that I've known for a bunch of years. He has a degree in marketing and business management. He's a husband, a father of 2 girls and 2 granddaughters. He started working in Xerox for a little while, and then he got introduced to the network marketing space where we met a bunch of years ago. And Randy, you've been a great friend and somebody I've got a lot of respect for a lot of years. And so I know you just recently you decided to jump back in this space. And so why 3 and why now?
Well, that's a good question, Lance. And boy, I tell you what, I'm excited to be here with y'all tonight. Forgive my voice a little bit here. It just started getting crazy on me. But anyway, like Lance said, we were in the same platform for a pretty good while, about 20 years, 22 years, something like that. And then I kind of jumped out of the industry, been in and out a little bit here and there. Had an opportunity to start running a company for a friend of mine in wastewater monitoring. And so it's probably one of the few recession-proof businesses out there. As long as everybody's going to the bathroom, I'm golden. So it's a pretty good deal. But anyway, man, when we looked at this business, it was pretty phenomenal. It was, Lance, it was pretty much a year ago when we saw your post and got in touch with you guys on the phone. And you got me all excited about a business that you couldn't tell me anything about. You couldn't tell me anything about the products, couldn't tell me anything about the compensation plan, couldn't tell me anything about the people involved in it other than y'all and Mike and Linda. And so that was good enough for me. And so Susan and I decided to move forward with this, and I guess the rest is history. And as we looked at this, the products, as we can all know, they're just phenomenal. There's thousands of testimonials out there. Susan and I could fill up 2 hours of what it's done for us. But when I looked at this, the opportunity to me was even better than the products. We've got an opportunity to build a global business. This is an opportunity that I personally have never had before, and I'm super excited about that, to be able to take this globally. Once I started figuring out this comp plan, I got super excited about the comp plan, and to have a business that we know that is being founded on the fact that we can build a legacy business, something that we can pass on to our family, that is absolutely phenomenal to me. Then on a personal note, being able to take this business and build a secondary income for me and Susan to shore up our retirement, to be able to do some things that we might not have otherwise been able to do, that is just exciting and just a super plus to us. And then if something ever happened to me, Susan's got a business here that will continue to grow, continue to pay her an income, and kind of make her more financially secure. So we're really super excited about that. And as we move forward, there's the old saying that you can't take care of other people until you can take care of yourself. Well, if you can build big enough income in this business that you can take care of yourself, and then you can start taking care of other people. And that really gets me excited too, because there's 1,000 different places where we can help people with money, but being able to help people individually as we build this business to either shore up their income or create an income. Right now, when you read the news and everything, it talks all about how great the economy is doing and everything. But if you read the fine print, credit card debt's over $1 trillion for the first time ever. People are using credit cards more and more to just do their monthly bills. So somewhere along the way, the piper's got to get paid. And so we've got a process here with this business where we can help people get those credit cards paid off. We can show them how to live healthier, and we can have a super business here. So with all of that said, Lance, I'll turn it back over to you. But man, just from a business standpoint, this is the place to be. 3, they're number 1. I'm excited about it, and let's rock and roll. Back to you.
Thanks, Randy. I appreciate you jump on. And, great stories and great to have you here working together. I also want to thank Linda for jumping on here, Stacy and Denise for jumping on here and spending your time tonight. And I want to thank all of you for jumping on here and joining us today as we went through this. Again, get back to the person that invited you. Take a serious look. To say that this has changed my life and my wife's life would be an absolute understatement. Is it for everybody? No. But if you're one of those that you're out there, you're looking, take a deeper dive, go into depth in this, look at the compensation plan, try the products, get around some of the people, look at the culture that we've created over here, and you're going to see something special. I promise you that. And so with that, I wish you all a very happy holiday season. God bless you, and we'll take care, and we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks, everybody. Good night.